I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Friday and welcome to the very first class of Wicca 303. Today we're talking about accomplishment. And I chose the theme of accomplishment for this week's lesson because if you have followed Wicca 101 and Wicca 202 through to completion and you've done the work, then you should feel very accomplished indeed. You have traveled a very long way from your starting point, and I hope you feel very proud of everything that you've learned and everything that you've done. This year, you'll be asked to dig even deeper, and by the time Wicca 303 is over, you should have all the confidence you require to take your practice forward and be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Of course, this only happens when you put in the work. Unlike many other things in life, this is something that actually is within your control, and that requires you making choices. To excel as a witch, you'll likely find yourself needing to set aside distractions and to make other changes in your life. And that isn't something that everyone who has the interest and the ability is necessarily going to be in a position to do or have the desire to do. And that's why people who take this course have been periodically invited to just take a step back and ask themselves if this path is truly right for them and for their life, at least for their life at this moment in time. This is also the moment for you to set more specific goals for yourself. When studies into the craft begin, usually the goal consists of learning, what's what and gaining the ability to harness and to use your own capabilities. But as time goes on, you'll usually notice things within the craft that catch your interest more than other things and what actually comes naturally to you and as well as what you struggle with. So what do you want? Do you feel yourself leaning into something more specialized, or do you feel like you're much more of a generalist? Either way, use this information for your benefit to chart your course going forward. And not to worry, if you do find yourself wanting to specialize, you aren't necessarily limiting your options in doing this. Setting specific goals actually allows you to focus. And if you should discover that your interests do shift in time or that you'd like to explore something else, you always retain the option to do so. But don't feel like you have to study everything all at once, all the time, and don't get bullied into thinking that what interests someone else is necessary for you to devote yourself to. Your purpose will be your own, and it will require different things of you than someone else's path does for them. And every time you achieve your goals, it will build you up. And that goes into the reservoir of your personal power. Things that were once difficult will become easier because your magical muscles have grown and because you're not having to cope with as much self-doubt. And through your studies, you've been creating a positive feedback loop. And as long as you keep feeding into that, you will continue to grow and you'll be sowing the seeds for future accomplishment. It's going to be up to you. The work that lies ahead is not something that anyone else can do for you. It's not something you can evade or work around or fake. It is only do or don't. So what will you choose? Does your journey stagnate or will you build upon your accomplishments? And I want to leave you with that question to think about. So our homework for September 1st through September 8th, number 1, write out your spiritual goals. Number 2, look at the list of things you want to accomplish and then rank them in order of priority. And then 3, get started and begin building your momentum. That's what I have for you this week. Next week, we will be discussing the theme of lifestyle integration. So hopefully we'll be back then. In the meantime, comments, questions, concerns, complaints, I'll leave them for me in the comment section below, or come see me at Blackbird's Brew on Gilded, link in the description box to join, and you'd be welcome there. So don't be bashful if you would like to actually be part of a community. But I think that will do it for now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.